Listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I kinda looked for an excuse to watch an accurate video on stream. I started watching this video at work, but actually it turned a pretty rough corner into the WoW zone, and that was a great enough excuse for me to watch it on stream with y'all. Apparently, Riot Games stole some Blizzard ex-developers, especially one that worked on World of Warcraft, and actually now they help them make their own MMO.
Ooh, things
MMO.
are getting serious. I really hope someone got this reference.
I didn't.
Big news for Riot's MMO. I mean, huge news for Riot's MMO. News so big that when we are looking at the percentage scale of Riot canceling the MMO, we are approaching 0%. And that's because Riot just made one of the biggest acquisitions of manpower that they could have made.
I always will appreciate Necrit turning one tweet into a 10-minute video. I can only yearn for such level of content creation. That is truly impressive. I thought that I was bad, doubling the length of every video that I watch. No, Necrit ascended. He truly is the one.
And it all happened because of a pile of luck and the stars aligning. So, despite people not thinking there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the Riot MMO, the truth is that if you are dedicated enough, and you crunch through the job listings and what is happening in the industry, you can pry open a lot of information every week. That's how we keep talking about the game despite Riot's silence. And one of the primary ways of learning about the game is using the official Riot job listings and checking out who's getting on the team. And if you remember me saying that the team was getting stacked last time, it is now that we are getting to the good part. Things got serious quick, and they got serious for multiple reasons. First of all, the Riot MMO is still fighting a seemingly impossible battle, because all of their competition is crumbling and Riot is trying to make something in an environment where nobody made it.
That can be an advantage, though. I mean, you have no competition and everything is up for grabs, right? You have all of these disgruntled MMO players that are just waiting for the next big MMO, so you have a lot. You have a lot to pull off here. Now, if you can meet expectation, and believe me, brother, they're not high. We've seen that with Ashes of Creation. He's actually showing it right now on stream, too. On a stream, yeah. So, you can definitely make it big. It's just a matter if Riot is willing to commit to a non-Eastern MMO. If Riot Games MMO will turn out to be like heavily monetized Eastern MMO, I think it would be doomed. Maybe it will be successful there, it's not going to be successful here in the West. I really hope they would manage to bring the good things about Eastern MMOs and just, do the Western way of just slow progression, all of that stuff, not too over-the-top animations, and there's like too many insane differences between like Eastern and Western MMOs, so I really hope they would manage to strike that perfect balance, but hey, one can only dream, right?
Doesn't matter if
unfortunately it's Riot, exactly.
It's a team of veteran MMO designers. And it doesn't matter if we are talking about someone new or a team of MMO veterans.
What is that?
The Dune
what the
MMO
hell?
is barely hanging on. Ashes of Creation went up in flames.
Yep.
The Ghost MMO got cancelled.
True.
And now the game that was technically classified as an MMO, Dune,
Man.
which
Oh yeah, I knew he was going to mention it. I waited. I mean, guys, what can we say? We're not eating good. It's a bad time to be an MMORPG fan, I can tell you that. But all of these MMOs died for a reason, right? Like, obviously, Destiny we spoke about, no reason to mention it. Dune Awakening, I knew this game was not going to be successful. Whenever I hear the word full sandbox MMO, I know that this game is just going to be a bunch of Unreal assets thrown liberally inside of a zone without any thought whatsoever. And I was right. Like, it was obvious. It was like someone made a Dune project and just shipped it live. It was so trash. Like, I knew this game was never going to be successful. Yeah, I'm fine. Guild Wars 3 is great. Based.
Destiny 2 is shutting down as well. So the only MMOs that still hold on are the classic MMOs that have an audience that already love the nostalgic feeling as well as the classic designs. With World of Warcraft, after the many years,
still the king,
somehow leading the charge.
Yep.
Although their numbers are also slowly getting iffy, with Classic actually locking people in, somehow. And their direct
because it's the only good MMORPG around. It's crazy how 20 years later, everyone's still on WoW Classic. Like, everyone's still on vanilla, TBC, RAF. Like, it's insane. Nobody managed to get that feeling again. After 20 years, 2 decades, you thought people would have the time to understand what made World of Warcraft tick? No. Like, it just didn't happen. That's the crazy part. WoW or RuneScape? I need to play RuneScape to let you know. But yeah, RuneScape is pulling like insane numbers right now.
Edition could be considered.
Yeah, you should play Classic.
RuneScape.
Classic is good.
Somehow
Oh,
I
there we
still
go.
haven't played that one. And since Classic WoW
Same.
just teased that Classic Plus might be coming, which is one of the most anticipated events in the entire MMO genre, really, Riot might actually get their own rival straight from the beginning. Which is why Riot is in this interesting place design-wise. Looking at the current MMO audience, it would make sense to make a more classic-styled MMO, but looking at the potential of modern MMOs, they want to try something new to catch a new lightning in a bottle. I mean, that is exactly why the first MMO reset happened. They wanted to make something new, making the entire journey quite a challenge. And so, how do you make this challenge easier for you? You surround yourself with people that definitely know what they are doing. And
Yes.
that is the big thing that happened yesterday. You see, one of the reasons why some people may have
Yes, exactly. That's why Blizzard were hiring ex-developers. The problem when Blizzard did it, though, is that they hired a Shadowlands guy. That's the problem. They should have went way past that. They should have gone to the past.
confidence in the Riot MMO is because of the people behind it. It is full of veterans who previously worked on some of the best games in the world. I mean, right now it is led by the former producer of Mass Effect 3, specifically someone who
I
is
haven't played that
responsible for the
game.
creation
I
of
don't
the
know,
Mass
is it
Effect
good?
3 multiplayer, which, let me tell you, Mass Effect, still my favorite universe in gaming, and I spent literally thousands of hours in the multiplayer specifically. It had a really cool design with an incredibly rewarding and satisfying progression system, which is exactly what you wanna see in an MMO. And that alone made me excited. But then you also sprinkle in some veterans from other MMOs, including a bunch of veteran WoW developers.
Yes.
We are once again talking about previous senior engineers on World of Warcraft, where some of them made some of the best experimental game
Oh,
modes for
I know
World
that
of
one.
Warcraft. With one
People
of the biggest
enjoy that.
acquisitions up to that point being the former lead producer of World of Warcraft. When that broke the news, people got really excited, because we are talking about Reynold Bartos, also known as Good Guy Ray. A name that made people freeze in place. Because now, while all the other MMOs are crumbling, somehow Riot is making bigger and bolder moves while getting even higher talent on the team. What's even cooler is that over time, Riot has been secretly acquiring former World of Warcraft developers, and now the old teams are reassembling at Riot Games. Meaning that Riot now has a bunch of people that already know how to work together, which not only speeds up the production of the game in general, but it also removes some of the obstacles you are dealing with when making a new team. But the biggest thing that really happened in this space happened only yesterday. Because we got a new legendary designer that joined the Riot MMO team. Yes, Riot managed to get Brian Holinka. And there is a lot to talk about. So, Brian Holinka has been a legendary designer working on World of Warcraft. Now, the good news is that I've been playing World of Warcraft from the year 2006 all the way up to yesterday. So I do have quite the context for what is going on here. You see, Holinka joined World of Warcraft around the year 2012, which means this would be happening after the peak of World of Warcraft's player base, but before the other peak. Now, up to the year
the other
he joined
peak.
WoW, he's been an on and off player.
Yeah,
but before the
mind you, the other peak is simply the trailer. This is like the copium peak. It was fake. It was a castle of sand. It immediately dropped to the bottom to another massive low. So yeah, I mean, just take that into consideration.
other peak.
But damn, it's crazy how everyone played Wrath of the Lich King. We're super excited for Kata. And there was this slow deterioration in the game. People, I guess, were not as excited for Pandas. It dropped significantly. Warlords of Draenor, base Giga Chat trailer. Everyone started picking up the game again. And this is where I came into the game too. Just to have it massively drop. It's insane. Man, we've been on such a huge roller coaster then and ever since.
Now, up to the year he joined WoW, he's been an on and off player of WoW since the beginning. More on that later. And after his arrival on the team between Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria, he became known for handling the gameplay side of WoW's classes. Here, truth be told, we are talking about times where the old school RPG...
Yeah, I don't know much about him. Like, did he do a good job? I see you wrote here he killed WoW PvP. I don't know. I don't really know his name. I'm unfamiliar with that guy.
design already became outdated, with the modern audiences getting a lot closer to the action-styled gameplay. I mean, we are talking about the years where League of Legends took off. And so, all the classes in WoW were slowly getting better and better, they were getting a lot more engaging and a lot more entertaining to play, and the cool thing is that Holinka worked on the classes all the way up through Legion. And if anyone of
Legion
you
was
played
good.
Legion, you can confirm
Legion
that the
classes were
class
good.
fantasy absolutely peaked during that expansion, and Blizzard never
was good.
managed to bring any of this back. And it is interesting to see that right after Legion was done, Holinka was moved onto another thing at Blizzard. So already,
Yes.
we know that he designed
Cube crawling. Great. They put him in charge of, like, overseeing the HR department so they won't get caught. It was like this minigame. You have to walk through a maze without being caught by a robot. Well, yeah, this was his position, probably.
some of fan-favorite designs. On top of this, we can also add the fact that he helped design evokers, which, sure,
Oh,
you
God.
can think whatever you want about the Drakthir. I don't like them either.
Yikes.
Why do they wear armor?
Imagine adding this to your MMORPG. This weird, disgusting, contrived version of a humanoid. Absolutely revolting. But, again, I know why Blizzard added them. I know. I won't tell you. No, actually, I will tell you. It's like a fetish thing. It's like a scaly. It's called a scaly. Don't Google it, though. You're gonna enter a rabbit hole you will never get out of.
Still don't know. But it was a bold move.
I heard Evoker as a class was good, though, so I'm pretty sure. Imagine Born looking like that. True. That's crazy. But that's why I say every day to myself in the mirror, so yeah. WoW is so good. No, this is retail WoW. It's not classic, homie. Evoker is boring. I don't know. I haven't played it, so I can't really confirm. People told me it's fun. I don't know. So yeah, Lizardmen, exactly.
To create an entirely new class, which has a lot lower DPS, but its damage is based on augmenting the abilities of other classes and increasing their damage. That kind of support DPS has never really existed. Not even with the old paladins and
At least it's new.
But here they were, trying something new that actually felt really cool. So again, Holinka helped with a lot of cool designs, but the reason why you should be excited about all of this is because he is also a massive fan of PvP. And so while he was designing classes for WoW in general, PvP has always been his focus.
Hey there, Japs. I appreciate you stopping by.
Playing WoW as a fan, apparently he had 8 max level characters which he was using for arenas. And during his time as a developer, he became responsible for some of the biggest PvP features, including rated battlegrounds, which quickly became a hit for the PvP community, and during Shadowlands, bear with me, he helped push out Solo Shuffle, which revived the entirety of Arena with a totally new breath of fresh players. And these are the achievements that we should be focusing on, because now there is a whole new question. Will Riot utilize Holinka's experience with the design of PvP specifically? Or will he once again help with the overall design of combat? Because after 2018, he was the lead combat designer of World of Warcraft. And well, this is where we get to the times of today. Because before Holinka left Blizzard, for a brief moment he actually joined the Ghost MMO, where he didn't have too much time to design much because the publisher pulled the plug. And that is also how the stars aligned. Because if he didn't move onto the Ghost MMO and the Ghost MMO wasn't cancelled, then Riot wouldn't even get a chance to get Holinka onto their team. It is funny how the world works sometimes. But what is even more interesting is that thanks to all the job listings, because we know that Holinka became the principal gameplay designer, with that job listing previously being open, we should know what he's doing on the MMO. So first, contribute
He's
to a
connecting
unified
the
combat
dots.
vision
I like that.
resonates across both small and large player counts. In other words, design combat and classes that work in both dungeons and raids. Here, I think Riot hit the jackpot. Deliver on our combat aspirations in the solutions, content, and decisions in the detail of design and implementations. That all seems to be his expertise. Inspire.
Guys, why are you so mad that Guild Wars 2 stole, they stole Evoker for, for themselves? You're saying that World of Warcraft dared copy Guild Wars 2? You have no foundation to stand on. What are you talking about? Every single thing in the world that exists is stolen from World of Warcraft. God literally made the universe. He looked at Azeroth and he went like, damn, that is some fine shit. And he just copied it. He called it Earth, and it's kind of a worse version, but still, like, he copied it from World of Warcraft. It's crazy.
And support all members of the team to continue striving for their best possible work in healthy and sustainable way. We can hope that comes with experience. Mentor and grow designers on the team in both craft and collaboration skills. Checks out. Champion an effective playtesting process that can validate our goals and fuel continuous improvements over time. Checks out. Be the primary owner of a significant portion of player combat, traversal or enemies at an IC. Build direction for core player actions like camera, controls and character. That is what he did on Ghost 2. Design and iterate on low-level details of input and player actions that contribute to a great feel, rich decision-making and balanced ecosystem. Create and provide multiple potential
Make Warrior the strongest class. There you go. You got it. You got it. I like this guy already.
Designs and solutions. Articulating trade-offs and risks between
you don't need nothing but Warrior.
All of which pretty much checks out. So in summary, it seems like Riot kinda lucked out and the stars align and they managed to get the best possible talent for the problems they were trying to solve. And since we are talking about a person with a name that is very well known in the MMO environment, it did actually breathe a lot of new hope for the Riot MMO. Not that they really needed hope. We don't need much, and from what we do know, it looks cool. And so as...
True, we're not coping here whatsoever, but I will say this. Hiring the best talent, best talent, isn't often like the best course of action. We've seen that with the Jeff Kaplan interview. He recently did a podcast, we watched all of it. So he said himself, we were a bunch of beginners when we started working on World of Warcraft. And look how insanely good it was. Whenever they worked on Project Titan, I think that was what it's called, like Project Titan. They had the best talent out there because their name was already globally known at the time. So they were at their peak, and the game fumbled. So it's not about having the best talent, so to speak. It's just having passionate people that actually knows what they're doing. It was never about having like on paper the best talent. It doesn't work like that. It's like assembling a team in esport game, taking like the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the world ranking, slapping them onto one team and call it a day. It will never work. People have tried that in the past with Dota 2. It never worked. It's about like synergy, about how you can understand each other better, about shared vision. There are like plenty of minor stuff that goes into developing a game that is very important, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have the best people on board.
As far as we know, the plan is still for Riot to release the MMO before 2030. And so right now, it really feels like there is no way they are gonna cancel the MMO, right?
No. They are definitely way too committed to cancel the MMO. And not only that, I think they really want to cash in on, the players being essentially refugees at the moment. Because we don't have any good MMO to play. We're just playing the same rehashed garbage over and over again from Blizzard. So we would definitely like to see something new. I think a true proof of that is the recent Ashes of Creation early access for Steam. It made millions. It literally made millions. So yeah, it just goes to show you, like, people are extremely desperate at the moment. And I'm definitely sure that Riot can pull some of us in. I just really hope it will turn out to be a good MMO and not another flop. Like, I'm not going to wait 8 years for another flop. That's crazy. But I will say this. The foundations are incredibly strong. I'm heavily invested into Runeterra lore. and it's the best thing I've ever read in my life. So they do have potential in terms of story. They already got the world building lined up for them perfectly. Now they just need to make the MMO.